Dear viewers, now I hope you would have understood what is the importance of conception and what happens in the conception, and in the third trimester what happens for a child to become a autistic child. I hope you would have totally understood what I am saying. But not only this fund, my other approaches towards this thing, how it formed to me is not because of the textbooks, but because of the widely available pranic stories and the chuvadis and the day-to-day practice in deep villages by our forefathers. These are all prompted me to take the good thing out of it, and I can use it for my therapeutics. For instance, I'll tell you certain things, then wholeheartedly will accept me. Number one, in deep villages, actually any family, father and mother, will give birth to a minimum of 5 children. Out of the 5 children, if you come to know, the first child will not be that smart as the last child. It is a routine one in all the family. So there is a common saying is, Moothadu Molai, Ilayadu Kalai. In Tamil they will say so. By that what do they mean? Moothadu means the eldest. Is Molai not good for nothing? Ilayadu means the last one. Kalai means it's like a bull, it's a raging bull. So he'll be very strength, he'll be very smart, he'll be very brainy. When compared to other things, I do not say he is going to be a autistic child, not like that. But he'll not be that smart as the last child. So that is the reason I think the Jews go for the partition. The first son will be given 2 portions of the inheritance of the father. This is called double portion. In Tamil it is Seshta Putra Bhagam, they say. In Bible it is been given. So reason being is, because he is not that good, that brainy, that active, that healthy, when compared to the last child, 2 portions of the inheritance of the father would be given to the first son. This is a custom even today, it is being happening in Jews. So likewise, in those days, in our own time, even I can say in my time, we never had an occasion to be with an adult young lady within a room all alone. It never happens. So we never had a chance to interact with them during our course, because once they attain menarche, they will not be allowed to socialize themselves. Everywhere, all the lady children will be kept aside. They will be kept inside a room, within the house. They will not be taken outside. So only at certain time, particularly only after the wedding is over, in the first, that is the nuptial marriage, they call it. That is the first night they spent after the wedding. That is called as nuptial marriage. In the nuptial marriage, only in the night, the boy and the girl, they will be coming into contact with each other. That is a time both of them will live with another equivalent aged partner in the same place in their lifetime, first time. So naturally, out of sheer fear and other things, they could not copulate. This is called as first night impotency. This is medically it is called as first night impotency. Because what do they say? The erection of a penis, it always requires an ambience. That is very important. They may be equally potent, but there should be an ambience for the erection to happen in a right place. But usually the guys who are in fear and all, they cannot perform in the first night. So after 1 week or 10 days, then only they will go for a right things. How we doctors, we come to know is, I'm really feeling happy to share my experience of what I had in my medical college. In 1972, while I was taken to the medical college and I was a first year student, my seniors used to give me ragging. You would have heard about ragging, the freshers. So 4 of my seniors, they took us in the room, inside the room. They stripped us completely, everything was stripped out. And we were given a porno book. till that time, in my life, I have never seen a porno book at all. It was a colorful porno photographs. They gave all the things to all the 5 people. Then they started playing carom cards within the room. And the instruction given to us was, by my senior was, if anybody who has got erection, they can show it and they can dress themselves and they can go out. Believe me, friends, for more than 1 hour, we were all standing with a porno book in our hands, but nothing happened. There was no erection at all. It doesn't mean we are all important. This is called as first night importance. See, this is usually what happens in the last generation people. Now we got the point. So, first time in our own time, when you go for copulation, the boy and the girl, both of them will not go for that resonance, the required amount of resonance. With the fear, the resonance will be there. So, with the fear, when the resonance is there, the boy who is completely the fertilized egg in which the boy is going to come out will not be that good in health and mental status. After giving birth, then for the second child, by then the wife and husband will have their own happy occasions. They will have an understanding about each other. They know what sex is, everything they know. So that is a time, it is totally, the second child will be a little better, third child will be better, and the last child will be highly competitive. Both mentally and physically it will be good when compared to the first child. That is the reason everywhere they said, Mutadu Molai Elayadu Kalai. But what happened now at present scenario? So every boy and a girl, before pre-marital acquaintances is more. They chat through the cell phone, they meet outside, they have everything. But though not copulate, then that is something different. I don't mean all those things. But they have a good idea about each other. So during copulation, both of them are not, they are afraid of or fear focused. So with all happiness, they undergo the copulation. That results in not this type of problem in the present generation. Here the first child also equally brilliant, second child also equally brilliant. More than that, nobody gives birth to anything. Hardly 2 children, everybody there. But both the children are equally brilliant. The reason being is, pre-marital, they got a beautiful acquaintances with each other. Don't think I am talking about something out of my own experiences. It is in our Purana, one of the 2 beautiful epic of India. That is, one thing is Ramayana and another thing is Mahabharata. In Mahabharata, how the story starts is, there is a king. He has got 2 wives. The king suddenly passed away without any issues. That is, particularly without any sons and daughters. So what the mother does is, she already had a senior son who was a saint. She invites him and she requested him to go to the in-laws, the 2 in-laws, and make them to conceive and give them child. So that the kingdom will be taken care by the tradition will be satisfied. That was the idea for doing this one. And so he brought the sainting man came inside. And the first lady, when she was about to go for the copulation, because she was little scared to see him, because being a sainting man, he had his own no oil in the face, everything dry, and he with the bird, mushtaq bird, and all nasty things. So he was a saint. He was living in the forest, deep jungles. So on looking at it, she was a little scared. So what she does, she completely closed her eyes. It has been written like that. So very next day, because the saintic child will born on the next day, it will not wait for 280 days. So when the next day when the child was born, it was blind. By birth it was blind. That is called as Dhritarashtra. So mother was very upset. Oh, what is it? Having given a birth to a child, it is a blind child. How he can maintain a kingdom? So she asked her son again to go to the second daughter-in-law for the second day. But she insisted the daughter-in-law not to close the eyes. She was kept on telling her. Only she said yes. And she was looking at during the act intercourse. But the problem is, because she was scared about looking at him, she was trembling. So the son very next day bought with a nervous problem. Totally he was not active as singing. This is what written on our epics. So by this, I can boldly say the impact of the brain, thinking, your emotions, it play a very, very important role in the further developmental and mental and physical health of the incoming child. That is very important. This always you keep it in mind. During your intercourse, always keep your mind in a serene state. You try to involve with your partner. You try to bring the expected resonance and let it be matched with the partner so that the conception happens and the child will be as good and healthy both physically and mentally. This you have to take care. Okay, this alone, these are all the concepts that made me to think, right, let me go for the points accordingly. And I myself have selected points accordingly and I am producing results. I am doing this mental order channel for this autistic treatment for more than 25 years. So far we have treated more number of cases, such cases. Now they are living with a normal living. And this alone made me to think, to work on it, to find out the points. And I applied it exactly over the point and I had the result. Thank you, friends. Okay, bye.